Today, I want to talk to you about fear. Fear is a real emotion. It's in our DNA. It's part of who we are. We can't get away from it. In my lifetime, I've only known a few people who I would say are truly fearless. And yet, the people who achieve the most tend to find a way to work past the fear. Now, in my work on this project around the paradox of potential, I've interviewed nearly 400 people about what they feel is holding them back. Why do they have a gap between their potential and their results? And one of the most common cited reasons that comes up is fear. Now, fear comes in a lot of different flavors when it comes to career issues. There's the fear of failure. Sometimes it's a fear of success. There's the fear of the unknown. There's a fear of being judged by others or rejected by them, and many others that come up. And yet, the people who are achieving the most tell me that one of the ways that they have achieved so much is they work past that fear. They take the risks necessary to be able to go out and do more. I've found that I'm often paralyzed by fear. And yet, when I take that risk, sometimes that's when I achieve the most. It's not like you have a tiger chasing you down who's going to devour you and kill you. Most of the fears we faced in business, even the worst case scenarios, won't set us back all that much. So sometimes when you're paralyzed by that fear, you have to ask yourself, what's the most probable outcome? And what's the worst case scenario? I recently experienced this when I went and did stand-up comedy for the first time. I went to an open mic night in New York City with a friend of mine who is a professional comic. I was petrified to do a 5-minute set in front of 40 strangers. And yet after I did it one time, the subsequent times that I've gone to open mic night have been a lot easier. Now, I'm not trying to become a professional comic, but by facing this fear, it's actually making me better at all the other things I do in my job. So my advice is, in this 66 tips to reach more of your potential, my advice number 3 is you've got to find a way to work past the fear. Yeah, if you have those butterflies in your stomach, get them flying in formation and go take some action. Take those chances that are going to lead you to what you're trying to achieve.